religion, or particularly Islam, help lots of people who want to mobilize the people to go against the regime. And religion did that. Religion helped them to do that. And religion was successful in that, particularly Islam. So now imagine that Islam did that. Islam in quotations, Islam did that, did mobilize people to go against another regime politically. And after that, now you remain with the question, okay, we now did everything under the name of Islam and religion. So what happened next? So do we have some other things to provide from that particular title, which is Islam? Do we have every answer for different questions that people ask or people have? Do we have that from that particular title, which is Islam? And apparently, after 1 or 2 years, many scholars found that they didn't have that question. They don't have that answer. So this is the beginning of Reformism. And what I'm talking before is the people started to ask some questions after post-revolutionary Iran. Many scholars who did the revolution, they didn't have answers to that questions. So they thought we should go ahead and do some reformation or reformalization of what would be under the name of Islam. So in this talk, in this just 15 minutes, I'm not talking about those who believe that whatever we call Islam is just rubbish, so we have to just put it in the bin. I'm not talking about those people. Or I'm not talking about those people, those let's call them traditionalists. I'm not good with the labels or whatever you call them. I'm not talking about those traditionalists who believe that we have to just go back to the origin of Islam or whatever we had at that moment, and that would be enough for all of us, for all the questions that we have. I'm not talking about those two groups. So suppose we have a spectrum, and two sides of the spectrum are those, we call them secularists, who believe religion, or particularly Islam, doesn't help us in every respect. Or in that side of the spectrum, they believe Islam, they do help us, Islam can help us in every respect. So I'm not talking about these two groups, I'm talking about whatever we call them in between the spectrum, and we call them reformists. So the method of these people that I'm talking about, reformists, after the revolution, matters to me. So they might conclude that they might reach the same conclusion, but the method, the way of arguing matters for me. So the first group that I'm talking about, I call them revivicationists. In what sense? They thought, whatever we need to answer some new questions after the revolution, we already have everything in Islam on the religion. So suppose, here is Islam, just accept this metaphor. We have a box here. And that box is what you call the Sharia law, what's called Islamic jurisprudence, Islamic legal theory. Let's put that in the box. So these people who believe we need to revive whatever we already have in Islam, they only focus on that box. They just only believe we have to explore in that box and we will find everything what we need. So they want to ihya, or they want to revive. And of course, in that things they follow Al-Ghazali, the famous jurist of the 15th century, and who believe that we need to revive the religious sciences in his book, Ihya al-Ulumuddin. He believed that all we need is just to ihya, it's just to revive, it's just to do the tajdeed, as Professor Musa said, the whole religious or Islamic sciences, let's call that. So these people these people are called revivicationists. Again, I'm not picky with the labels, we can just choose the labels. So they look at the box and they think that, so we have different method, which we had it from the Islamic jurisprudence, Islamic legal theory. And we can use that Islamic jurisprudence or method and we can reach to some new kind of conclusion or new fatwas. Let me give you some examples. Suppose you're asking people, okay, in this new era after the revolution, we have some questions about democracy. We have some questions about human rights, whether this is compatible with what we call Islam or not. These people look at the box, whatever we have in the box, they say, yes, we have some concept already within the Islamic jurisprudence or within the Quran or within the Sunnah, and all we need to do is just to do the ihya, we just need to revive what already had in the Sunnah, in the tradition. So suppose they refer to another another concept that we have in the Quran or in the Hadith, suppose they call them shura, and they said, this is democracy. This is what we wanted to say about democracy. We don't need just to refer to some Western concept that some Westerners they invented for us. We already had everything in that. Suppose they talk about human rights, they just refer to some verses in the Quran. They say, wow, we already have the concept of dignity or karama. Which is what we have in the Quran. So then that will be fine for all of us just to refer to that and do the ihya of all the concepts that we have in the Quran and the Sunnah. So they use different methodology, and of course it depends whether you are Shia or Sunni. And of course, when we're talking about Iran, it's belongs to Shia country and community. So most of these religious legislators, they look at the methods that we have in the Shia traditions. They consider aql, reason, one of the kind of resources that you can draw on that. So they start to reformulate or reform or do the revive of the whole kind of new set of this box, but not out of this box. Definitely, this is the whole point. So you have a box here. You can go through that box. You have some questions. You can find all of your answers, possibly if you want, within that box. So that was the first method, or that was the first kind of tutor I wanted to talk about, verifications. So, and they, as I said, they mostly follow Ghazali's words on that. So but gradually, when you, chronologically or historically speaking, when you go after revolution, step by step, gradually people and scholars found out even this particular method is not working, and we need another thing. We need just to go outside the box. If we want just to limit ourselves within the box, or do the ihya or revive within that box, that wouldn't be enough. So they try just now to reconstruct. That's what we call it, reconstructionists. They started to reconstruct those answers to the questions that they just had after the revolution. They started to bring something out, bring into the box from out of the box. Suppose. So they thought, okay, we had some called modern philosophy or secular ethics. Whatever you call them as an epistemology or hermeneutic or something. So they thought, okay, we have to bring those kind of methodology within the box and think about something is not only in the box and ask those questions. So let me give you another example about these particular groups. So when they suppose another issue that we had after the revolution was about the idea of apostasy, about the idea of Iqtida. So you might answer that question by saying, okay, we look at the box, we have lots of methods and lots of concepts, which is one of them, the most important one is the concept of interest, the concept of masla. We can revive and we can have new fatwa, and we will say, okay, at this time, apostasy is not working because it's not in the interest of society. So all you do is just within the box, you're not going out of the box. But reconstructivists would argue, yes, we are okay with it. We also believe that Iqtida or apostasy is not working now. But the method or the way of arguing is different. They will say we have some argument, some reason, let's say secular reason even, to say that this is not okay, and we're not going to justify philosophically speaking, or simply speaking, to do that at this moment. So they do not appeal to some concept of interest which is within already in the box. So they think, or they include something outside the box, which is modern philosophy in general. So what is interesting here is, so when you look at the timing that I'm talking about, 1979, and just go forward. So these scholars that they did these kind of methods, they didn't know about what's happening around some other countries in the Muslim world, speaking. And this is interesting that these kind of methods that we're talking about now here, which is particularly in Iran at that particular moment, at the same time, without even knowing about it, scholars in Egypt possibly, they did more or less exactly the same kind of argumentation about Islamic formation. Famously speaking, Muhammad Abdul Rashid Reza they did the same kind of argumentation, and I can call them revivicationists in the sense that they look at the box and they started to revive, started to reform it within the box. But a little bit further, when you go through the course of history, we see some other scholars, such as Muhammad Ashmawi, again in the Egypt or in the Syria, Muhammad Shahroon, in the Pakistan, Fazlur Rahman. They did another kind of argumentation, which I call them reconstructivists. And they started to bring something outside the box, which is hermeneutics or modern epistemology or philosophy. So this two method, which is of course not exclusive. I'm not saying that we have kind of black and white together spectrum here. So it doesn't mean that you're either revivicationist or reconstructivist. You might be in some issue this or another issue that possibly. So it's very flow here. So it's not a rigid kind of distinction here. So we have to have 10 minutes. I love this. I have much to say to you. So I gave you these two methods, kind of two examples to see what happened not only after the revolution in Iran, but also happened also in other Muslim countries around the world, with mostly in Syria and Egypt. So these two methods gives us a kind of reasoning, a kind of mindset of what happened in the back of the Muslim people when they wanted to reform in Islam. Famously, Thomas Kuhn, as a philosopher of science, once said that when you look at the history of science, you see that there are lots of philosophers, lots of scientists, at the same time, in different sides of the world, they discovered the same thing. This has happened. This has happened about Islamic reformation or reformism here as well. So at the same time that we're talking about Iran, more at the same time in Egypt or Syria, the people that are doing reformation or reformism, whatever you call it, so they appeal to these two kinds of methods, broadly speaking. So this means that these two methods, I'm not defending one of them, I'm just reporting these two methods. I might believe one of them would be more justified, this is my own opinion, but I'm not arguing about it. I'm just reporting these two methods, two general methods that possibly more reasonable possible method that you can think about reformism if you want to go ahead and do that kind of reformism. Either you think about reconstruction, or you think about kind of ihya or tajdid or revival of what we already had in the Islamic text or in the Islamic jurisprudence. So I have some examples about what exactly happened in these countries, but particular examples about women issues, about as I said, democracy, human rights, these kind of conflict that these people, these scholars, Muslim scholars, they had with modernity, as they broadly speaking. But I will leave it here. I'll talk about it in Q&A if you have any questions about some particular examples. So let me stop here and thank you very much for listening. Thank you.